Okay, so back to part 2 here. One more level we'll be able to put on some level 36 gear. %51 chaos res is kind of not great, but maybe kind of bare bones acceptable. Your Vit res isn't great either. Yeah, clerics of the I again want to upgrade a lot of these. Get the level 32 version. We'll probably do a run at some point, but
May the specter of death go.
and this is going to give some additional Aether Chaos res, but I don't think that's really where I want to put my points now. So, if you're playing with Merits and Mandates after you rescue the witch, you can immediately talk to her in Coven and activate that faction's rep that way, but we obviously can't do that since we don't have a merit or and we don't have access to the Rift Gates. So, we're just exploring the map the old-fashioned way. Good day, welcome in, Viley. Okay, we got this Rift Gate. We'll clean out the mill first, and then we'll go back to the rest of Blood Grove. Okay, we got Malkadar. We've rescued the prisoners. We have the other quest done, so we can just go straight to Karaz. There is a vendor here. If we go through this pipe and kind of out here, but he doesn't really have anything that that we need for this build. Cold Flames of Ignifar Mage Slayer Infiltrator. Do you think it'll be good or just acceptable? Yeah, the Kaimon metal can be a source of chaos rise. I mean, that's true, but there are other metals that you can get that from. Yeah, let's kill Zarya, and then I'll take a quick look. All right. See totem. We got a blood, nice. It's not really much. We're just gonna pick this up to sell it. There's nothing useful, really. Yeah, it's funny. Literally next level, we're getting Chaos Res. But first, we fight Zarya. Okay, we've got the Darkvale Riftgate. I was just going to quickly click on Viley's link. Okay, Farath's Cube, sure. Has Cold RR to Stormbox. Full conversion. Morndale might have done Cold Flames of Ignifar, I can't remember. I think if he did, I think he used this, or maybe it was something he was looking at. Okay, Bloodsworn Sigil for the attack damage converted to health. And sure, the Chill Strife is just additional RR, basically. 2900 cold. OADA look reasonable. Put the additional points in physique, you'll get a bit more DA and health. Good luck getting, unless you're like the season mod, if you have a bunch of random items, that's one thing, but otherwise it's going to be a little challenging to get infiltrators on that, or really on any metal when you need it on the specific item. Oh wow, so you've got 24% additional RR, 8 cold, 16 elemental. So that's 57. Aura of Censure is another 30. That's 87, and that's before you get into any of the devotions. And you've got max first node and soft cap the remaining nodes. Stormbox is just 1 pointed for the resist reduction. You have Seal, 3 off hard cap. And of course we go Leviathan. Yeah, OA gets up to 3200 with deadly aim. I mean, it seems reasonable. Health for me, hardcore wise, health is a little bit on the low side, but I think I've definitely on 121 played a build with somewhere with health somewhere in the 17s. So you can do it. I'd be interested to hear how this ends up going. Yeah, that's always the dilemma. We're probably going to level in here somewhere, but I'm just going to wait till we get back to Homestead to turn in any quests. And we'll respec our gear once we get back to Homestead, even though it is level 36, so we should be able to kind of pretty immediately get a DPS boost and some resistances. Yeah, a channeling build definitely you need to worry about stun res. So otherwise, you're just pretty much dead. Yeah, even something like Thunderstruck on metals gives stun res. I know it. There are a couple of things where it doesn't. Yeah, if you get the right crafting bonuses, sure. Okay. Let's just make sure we got this. And now we can start putting points in Ulzad. Which isn't... It's really mostly for the proc. I don't even know if we really want it that badly, but I mean, we'll respec if we have to. Or yeah, do we just skip Ulzad and go Scythe? I think that might be better. Yeah, they are... Yeah, the health DA Aetherez. Yeah, they're reasonable. I mean, Scythe is still very good. I feel like Harp is better. Yeah, I'm gonna do Harp.
Told that Lysandra and a couple others have returned. I couldn't when the Legion was forced to abandon. I've already.
All right, turn in some quests and then upgrade our gear and continue on. Yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to do the Essence quest. I think usually on these sorts of runs, doing a bit more to get rep is helpful, but... Alright. So we go to the Inventor. We keep the Imbued Silver. Keep the... I mean, Ancient Armor Plate's really not the end of the world to not keep, but... Alright, we're going to put on Dreeg Pants. Going to put an Imbued Silver here. And... Yeah, this gives a little bit of health, Poison, Elemental Res. This gives Pierce Chaos. This gives, Poison is pretty comfortably over right now, so, I may, keep this ring in reserve for now. Stashed some gear for now. Yeah, I almost always prefer the Soleil augment to the Barrow Home one for that reason. So put some points in Phantasmal Armor. And we do want to use Harp, so let's refund the 1 point that we were putting into Ulzad. And we'll refund the yellow crossroad since we don't need it at the moment. And we can get Harp. It's going to give us some energy regen, pierce damage, 200 flat health. I thought you might have Morndale. My mic should not be muted. Welcome in, G2. Okay. That's my mic's not suddenly broken. That's good. I mean, given the age of this headset, that wouldn't shock me if that happened someday. But I kind of think Mage Slayer needs a buff. Because Mage Slayer used to be essentially the only way you could make OFF even semi-usable. But now that about 80% of the freeze res reduction you can get without the set seems to have less reason to exist. So they probably should do something to make it a little bit better. I think you could make the same argument for Rhyme Tongue, but I think Rhyme Tongue is a little bit better, even absent not being needed for Blade Trap buffs. How much, since it does do some weapon damage, Flames of Ignifar, how much leech do you end up getting from that? Just, I'm guessing kind of not enough. Alright. How long is the range of this guy? mean, 14% is not awful, but yeah. Ideally, you want more. Yeah, that's fair, Morndell.
Good. You've arrived. Precisely.
Yeah, eel isn't particularly great for me here. So I don't really need much in the way of blues.
Hollow victory.
That's definitely the way more than a few of my builds have come together vilely. Oh, I have never used this item, or this is a really great roll on this MI. Aether Res isn't amazing.
Good work down there. We cannot-
My.
You know, it'll be interesting to see if Flames of Asterkarn ends up giving Kraid an impetus to look at some old items that haven't been updated. So I wouldn't be shocked if suddenly a few random things are very good. Matty boy, welcome in. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be an inevitable hierarchy of legendary items, with some being better than others, but yeah, if you have too many that aren't usable, let's drop a portal here, because we want to get the other shrine in this area.
Took you long enough because it appears that the written
This may have been a mistake. The ancient spirit totems can be a little bit sketchy. Okay. Alright, so the Martin Crest is poison elemental and a little bit of percent health. This has Pierce Chaos and more health. Neither one really does much for our damage. So hopefully by the time we get through Ugdenbog, we'll be honored with Homestead and we can give Devil's Crossing some food. As they say, see totem, click totem. The fact that we have double imbued silver and still only 60 something chaos res is a little disconcerting. Ligorian. Kind of funny that he doesn't. These guys don't aggro until the very end. Hey Mariano, welcome in. We get the purple as a quest reward. Or should.
You've returned. So our great moment of triumph is soured with trouble. The cult's defeat at the
Of course.
marks humanity's first. Good, you're back. I struggle to admit that. You see the Luminari.
Excuse me, my father and I were part of a small...
Okay, to Malmouth we go. So in Malmouth we are going to try to get a +1 to Inquisitor belt. And if we can get a good Vine Ring, which has pierce damage is one of its things that it always rolls with, implicits, then that would be nice as well. Though, based on our RNG getting living rings in the Cold Spellbreaker, I'm not going to count on it. Entirely possible. In this case, vine rings, but I was talking about how we had terrible RNG getting living rings on the cold build, so I'm not optimistic about vine rings here. But we'll see. Level 40 is when we'll actually be able to start equipping them, so... I'm just going to push for Aura of Conviction right now. It's going to double our Fizz Res. It's also going to give us some OA and damage. There's... I can't think of anything that I'd rather have right now. So I guess when you do bloom farming, do you just do the stumps then, Morndale? Alright, let's get to Coven, and then we can sell some gear. Let's see, Homestead. We are slowly creeping towards Honored. Should hopefully get there if we kill enough beast elites and such.
I admit, if you all get what you I can.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Oh, I was asking if the way you ignore plants, if you just do farm the stumps for blooms.
Safe with me. Promise. I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Okay, so this is going to require 12 purple, otherwise we are good. And this requires 15 purple. So right now we just need to get more purples. Right, yeah, I mean, I do the same, but there are a bunch of plants in the undergrowth. So I guess, alright, we have assassin, we have turtle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 13. That gets us to 24, 37. So yeah, we can probably take Scythe here if we want, or so we also might be able to get away with Assassin. Or we do crab plus this to get the 15, and then we have a lot of freedom. Yeah, let's do crab. We take crab, Morndale will be happy. It's also a good devotion. What would you do on Pierce instead? Would you take Scythe, or So I was thinking about Scythe. Yeah, well, we have time to respec if we want. Okay. I mean, Scythe is very good. It's kind of hard not to take it, but... Yeah, usually when I'm leveling a build, I have my devotion set up already planned, but For the fresh starts, I haven't really done that, so I've been doing it a bit more on the fly. Let's see, this is one of 3 locations for Silvaria's den. She's not there, though. So we will continue on. Yeah, I feel like Pierce is best when you don't have to worry about taking anything that doesn't have yellow, blue, or purple affinity. Once you're distracted by going out in some other direction, it can get a little bit tighter. We'll drop a portal back here and then get the Barrowhome Rift. I guess we also probably need scales. So where else are we getting our flat RR from? Alright, Silvaria's here. I'm just going to note that. We'll come back. And we'll do the Ugdal quest. Get our Wendigo spirit. Alright. See, I do think we'll go Scythe. We'll figure out scales and do a little Devo respecking at some point, because we do want to get Azraka and Living Shadow. If Vine rings want to drop from me? Sadly, not good impervious.
Welcome. Oh, cutting. Go ahead.
A blessed well.
So usually I don't bother with more than just fixing the wards on normal. But in this case, it's possible we'll get some drops we're looking for in the mine, so that kind of makes it worth it. Pick up the Venom Gaze Bile. Got the Leaf Man Horn. Okay, click the totem. Alright, so we have to be a little careful here because if we do this quest incorrectly and we don't kill 6 pit creepers, we have to reset the session. And they don't have the quest marker since we haven't actually technically accepted the quest to kill them yet. creeper. That should be a pair. Almost always is. Get friendly with Coven. It's another pit creeper. Another should be. That should be 4. But we actually might possibly get MI drops here, so I don't mind going through the mine as much in this particular instance. But yeah, normally having to actually go through and kill everything and worry is annoying. What's up, Master Halls? Welcome in. Two more pit creepers. That should be the quest. Our Aether Res is not great, but I think this boss can drop a crab belt. So we'll go forward and kill him. I'm stand in his AoE, which is probably Aether related. Mighty of Vitality, that's... I was really hoping for something with resistances, but... I mean, it's a bunch of extra health. We lose some Vit Res, which isn't great, but... Yeah, I'm not thrilled with that drop. And I mean, we really don't have enough Inquisitor skills for me to care that much yet. Once we get Aura of Conviction and some other stuff, it'll matter more.
A blessed way.
We've always had.
So we'll go talk to Laria. She'll give us another Wendigo spirit. And they're not going to give us the next quest anyway, but it's still worth a little bit.
I don't know.
Have you dealt? Probably at the time for.
The altar of return. Now that you ever since the deep beneath will good. You won't.
So we can kill Janaxia for Coven if we want.
Galradia.
I don't see a huge point in doing it though. We are almost to Aura of Conviction.
See anything you like? See you around.
Homestead, we are close to Honored. We're not quite there yet. So we go through the Void, rescue Ulgrim, head into Malmouth. So yeah, at level 43, we're going to have 90 points invested in the Mastery Bar, which is definitely on the high side for that level. Usually you want to put a little bit more in skill points. So the Servitor, kind of like giant ant type mobs, for lack of a better description. They have the ability to drop a few different MIs, one of which is a very nice Pierce Ring of Steel MI.
Is that your mother? An unfortunate Ulgrim. Yes, to Maum, I see.
Okay, we're out of the void.
To see, you're right. Oh, to the
So we apparently managed to have no Aether Shards. That's not ideal. We might have to do a run through Warden's Lab for that, because the Shrine in Malmuth requires an Aether Shard. It's possible we get lucky on the way, but... the odds are you're in most of these fresh starts, you're going to need Aether Crystals, so doing the occasional Warden's Lab run isn't the worst idea. You just do it one run at a time. It stops you from having to do a lot more tedious farming. And yes, we can craft Aether Shards from Aether Crystals, but it doesn't really solve the problem of us not having a ton of either. These mobs, the like, you know, ethereal towers, can also drop either clusters or Aether Shards, so that's another possible source. And yeah, look, just like that, we did get an Aether Shard. So once we secure this Rift Gate, we can go back. Alright, you know, let's actually reset. Wormu, welcome in. I'm going to see if we can get a better Inquisitor belt from that one boss. It's a bit out of the way, but if we get one, we should be good. That's decent. We should be good for a while. And also do a quick Warden's Lab run for some Aether Crystals. And hopefully that boss run will get us to Honored with Homestead, so we can do an additional quest. The whole food trade with Devil's Crossing, which will give us rep for both factions, which will be nice. Pierce Blade Master. Like SR set, Belgo, or some sort of custom job. See, Blade Master leveling. Yeah, usually I would just find something that has good resistances on it and trust my MIs to carry me through for leveling. Yeah, we also wanted to get the Ancient Grove Shrine. I mean, you could do... there is the Gale Slice Metal, which has Shadow Strike bonuses. Gutworm might have something. I'm trying to remember what his metal does. It's been a while since I've used it.
Farewell.
Yeah, I seem to recall it was something Ring of Steel. I wasn't sure if it's Ring of Steel or Circle of Slaughter. Not that it matters too much, but that's a decent option. But, I mean, then again, if you are, say, struggling for Chaos Res, you might just take a Kaimon medal or something that has implicit Chaos Res. So it really depends. Like, in an ideal world, you get something that supports your skills, but if you trust the MIs to carry you, then resistances are kind of king. Alright, Mog Drogon. Thanks for the skeleton key. Only other thing I can think of, if you have a low-level Ilgor medal, I mean, the damage type is wrong, but it does have some support for some of the Nightblade skills. I don't know if it's really worth it, though. Yeah, this is kind of crazy, but I'm just pushing mastery bars. $55 just keeps growing and growing. You know, Rolly streaming during the week isn't actually what I think my streak with him died at one point, but it was because he instead of streaming until around 8:30 my time, he was only streaming until 7. So one day I slept in until 7 and my streak ended. So yes, it's not the days of the week for me because the resistant of vitality is really not great. It's like I have no problem, if I get up, I'm drinking some coffee, having some breakfast, having a stream on in the background or something. So, but for someone who Rolly's stream is coinciding with your work day now, that definitely makes a lot more sense for that to end your streak. Of Thunder, it's absolute garbage. Bloodletters is decent though. Alright, so we have Chaos, Bleed Res, OA, a little bit of health. Like, I don't even know if Bloodletters is worth it. I guess the Chaos Res. I think my Magi streak ended when he stopped playing Grim Dawn for the time being and switched to Dota. I hate doing this. I think I'm just this. Yeah, I don't even want to use this. Although, I mean, I should. It is better. It's just annoying how bad it is. Alright, fine. We have Chaos Res now. We have +1 to Inquisitor. So that actually gives us a little bit more of all of our skills. So, It could be worse, I guess. And we have one more devotion point, so Cunning Spirit. Yeah, we started this one on Saturday, Matty Boy. So yeah, if you were in here Saturday, it's the same build, just slowly progressing. Thursday, I was still playing the Cold Spellbreaker. Bloody X, welcome in. I don't think you'll find too many people disagreeing that they like this, at least in a Grim Dawn channel, disagreeing with that. I mean, I just, for me, I just don't trust Blizzard to make a product that's going to really keep me entertained for a long period of time anymore, sadly. Like, I may try Diablo. I mean, even when Diablo 4 goes free to play, I haven't really taken advantage. Like it, I'm sure it's fine, but a game like that, I feel like you need something that compels you to play it. Otherwise, you're just not going to get into it. Although it is, at least from what I've heard, more casual friendly than some other ARPGs. I think Grim Dawn is more. It's semi-casual friendly. You can be pretty casual as long as you know a few basic principles. But definitely has more complexity and nuance. A lot more different build combinations.
Before I assume you're just another
Matty Boy.
You're not from Yarmouth, eh? As far as I know, the black I don't so yeah.
Brutal Warmu. I was like, I've liked PoE2, not enough to actually push anything past level 70 or so. Which, I mean, I guess if you don't really, if you're not motivated to get to endgame, that does say something about it. Yeah, I still want to get my sorceress through the campaign. She's in Act 3 cruel at the moment, so and I think level 60, so reasonably close to being done. And I am experimenting with Titan, but it's gone from something I really want to play a lot of to something I might pick up for an hour on occasion once or twice a week. So I haven't quit, but I've significantly slowed down. It's like there's a lot to like in PoE 2. There's a lot of cool stuff, but there's also some serious blunders and issues with the game that, on the one hand, to be fair, it's early access. On the other hand, there's probably some of those things are GGG should have known better after doing PoE 1. So we'll see what happens with the new patch for PoE 2. But I also am at a point where I'm happy to kind of get in on the ground floor of the game compared to where I'd be feeling way behind in PoE 1. But I don't want to learn the game before they add a bunch of new classes and completely change the balance.
I was beginning.
Crimson, welcome in. The first Jamon Ra or the second one, Wormu?
If you're serious, the ethereals do more than just.
I've spoken with Carinia. Carinia.
I actually like his second phase. His first phase is really annoying, though. Especially the sand thing. Which, once you know what you need to do, it's fine, but the odds of you figuring that out on your first playthrough are not that great.
The outpost is ours. Resistance had attempted.
There you are.
Like, I think from a kind of quality perspective, it's only going to get better. The I guess the concern I have is what's going to happen in terms of the balancing decisions and other stuff that GGG does, because I could completely see them really screwing it up might be the wrong way of describing it, but they might make it to please a certain part of the player base, which wouldn't work very well for me.
There you are. Well,
Oh god, did I miss a wagon? That's so annoying. It happens. Yeah, Chris Wilson leaving was the other interesting thing. And you know, I don't know enough to speculate on whether they're moving in a different direction that he's not as big of a fan of, or I mean, it could just be. I think he joined the company in something like 2006. 20 years of one company working on one game is a really long time.
Well, good. One less the steel.
Yeah, I wouldn't begrudge him that if that's what he decided to do. I mean, you've had basically the preeminent ARPG on the market for a decade. Like, they've clearly done a lot right. And in a way that most of their player base has been fine with. Okay, Homestead, we are so close to Honored. We are, we're going to get Honored with Homestead in a minute, just to, once we get to the next Rift Gate. And actually, Mammoth Resistance. We may not even be able to do the Black Iron Docks right away. That's kind of crazy. I seem to remember that being an issue last time. With the way XP works, or sorry, rep works without having mandates. So I'm going to drop the portal by the Black Iron Docks just in case, but I don't think we can actually do the quest until we kill Theoden. Alright, we picked up some Aether Clusters now in Malmuth, so we'll put them on the bar. So yeah, Malmuth Resistance and Black Legion, both the second we can afford it, we're going to buy the Faction Writ. So you want Malmuth is going to give you experience potions. Black Legion has most of the really good armor augments at level 50.
So this is what the Ethereal's preliminary Good work out there. You can do good on I believe.
Captain, I'm put.
Yeah, we're not there yet. All right, let's start using Word of Pain. And one can be too efficient when playing SSF. I mean, I guess. Or and we were honored with Homestead.
Is it fit up you?
Okay, back to Barnabas.
I don't know what.
Yeah, Devil's Crossing, not honored yet, probably won't be. Let's actually do a quick Cronley run. See if we can, especially outside, see if we can get some murderer's gear. That's a little bit better than what we have right now. You know, 500 armor rating is not the best. Right, so he's level 38, so he's not going to drop super high level stuff. We might wait until elite. Let's see. Vigorous of Amarasta's Flurry. This is level 35, so it's a bit more armor, more health, but a little bit of chaos res. Yeah, I don't think these are really worth it. I'll do one more. All right. Go back to Malmoth. I mean, I've had worse Aether Res fighting Theo. But usually better damage. I am actually somewhat curious what the hive area levels up to. So maybe we can get some weapon upgrades before we move on to elite. Okay, Empowered Vile Scorn, this has... We lose slow res, but we get stun res. And we get more armor. I mean, these aren't great, but... If we compare them to kind of the low-level boots with pretty much no armor we're wearing at the moment, they're probably still an upgrade. Black Legion is respected. Malmoth Resistance is only friendly. let's not die in the devotion screen.
I will make this painful. Stop us.
Oh, you're a healer. Nothing worse than a healer. Most annoying mobs in the game. Okay, here we go. Low Aether as Theo. This will be fun. Cooldown for the healers. Yeah, that's a good idea. So it doesn't keep happening. The ultimate with those resistances could be a little spicy violent. So Mystic of the Abomination is kind of trash, but it is a level 40, so if you wanted to play a Theoden weapon build, it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, you're a warlord with insane health. I guess it matters less.
Tell me. So we can't afford to underestimate our enemies.
We've been prepared. I'm talking about the Black Eye.
Black Legion is only respected. That's a little painful. Boots of Primordial Rage. I mean, they're otherwise completely useless. But we have the Black Iron Docks quest now, which will help us, which will get us some rep. It'll also, I was thinking specifically rep with Malmoth Resistance, but also Do I even bother with Seal at this point? I think on normal, no. Let's finish Aura of Conviction, get some more damage and physical resistance. So we get up to 20% Phys Res, we can look into some other options. If it's an auto attacker in endgame, I'd consider Seal, but I understand why you might not leveling. Yeah, welcome back, Mordell. Nah. Just slogging through here.
Up for now.
Oh, that's right. I do want to see what monster levels we get here. 48. Okay, so these guys can, in theory, drop level. I think 52 derp slicers. Obviously, the correct enemies, but that's worth a quick farm, I think. I mean, with my luck, they may still drop level 32 ones, but there's at least the chance that we can get a higher level. Puncturing of Piercing Darkness, level 41, so... Look, I mean, I guess it's still technically an upgrade, but... Puncturing of Alacrity, Puncturing of Piercing Darkness, ooh, level 52. Okay, level 36. Nope. But we've got at least one good weapon for our troubles. Puncturing of spines, level 52. Yeah, we've been down here before. Alright, so we have 2 level 52 derp slicers, so that's a positive. And we'll just try over here. Might as well finish the last spot where we can get one. But yeah, it took me probably like 5 or 6 runs to get appropriately leveled ones that were level 32 last time. So it's kind of nice that RNG is working in my favor here. Oh, that's Puncturing of Thunder. That's garbage. But that's all right. Okay, these are also level 33. But, I mean, Purging of Balanced Steel is better by, I think, a good margin. We lose a little bit of DA from the physique, but we get more health, more OA, more percent pierce, more armor. Try a Cronley ring for Circle of Slaughter while we're here. Yeah, these gloves definitely need to be upgraded at some point. We just are kind of in a poverty situation with our gloves and some of our other gear. Can't really... Hey, Walken, welcome in. Can't really do anything to him while his shield is up, so... a little unfortunate, but... Consecrated of Alacrity. Hold on. Is this good? Sort of. Pierce, Vit, Slow, +3 Circle of Slaughter. I mean, the only thing is that's gonna be a little precarious on resistances, so maybe we can't do that. Although we put these on, that solves the elemental res problem. So. A couple small gear upgrades, I guess, at this point. We'll... And, we don't have stun res, so I don't think we want to lose the stun res on the clerics yet. Even though the overall resistances are better. Yeah, gear here could definitely use some upgrades. Let's just continue and play Forgotten Gods, though. Maybe we'll find a couple of decent things along the way there. At the very least, we'll get several shrines. So one of the Basilisk medals also has Word of Renewal buffs. So that's something I'm also thinking about right now. Health away, Aether res, more armor. Lose the slow res. Kind of holding out until I find something that I'm reasonably confident that I'm going to want to use for a while. So, that said, let me actually check in on Homestead, because I seem to recall they have faction boots that aren't bad.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left.
Alright, so yeah, first things first, this is Pierce and Stun Res and armor. I feel like we probably want a bunch of those. Alright, so Harvest Foot Pads, Health, Movement Speed, Aether Chaos, Elemental Res. Harvest Greaves is Pierce Elemental Slow. I mean, we need to keep the Aether Res. As good as the slow res is here. So we have... Yeah, we have like we have no slow res, so... But I think we take these. At least until we find something a little bit better. We can also replace a... which one? This is Superior of the Slayer. This is Puncturing of Spines. Okay, I think Puncturing of Spines is the one we keep add-on. We craft the Purified Salt. We fix our Aether Res that way. So, still does nothing for our Vit Res, but... yeah, these resistances at least look kind of reasonable now. We need improvement at metal and gloves primarily. Yeah, Ore of Conviction is just too good. We killed 8. We come down here and around. There's some more. And there should be some additional ones of these guys at the second level where we're picking up a shrine. Okay, we may not fully finish Forgotten Gods today, but I want to get us to around the 3-hour mark for the stream. Alright, so we need some purple affinity. But yeah, for now, why don't we do scales? It's going to give us a bunch of health, movement, speed, flat RR. And we can probably switch the corpse dusts out for something that has a bit more vit res, because I think we need the vit res more than we need the health, especially going to elite. Our HP is actually in a very good spot right now. For level 49, we have over 200 HP per level. I think the pack hounds also form over here. We do need to make sure we get 15. Done. Yeah, the Druid quest isn't bad if you don't have the mandates and merits, because you kind of, for the most part, am going around this way anyway. Alright, so this does have plus the Ring of Steel, which is nice. I don't know if it's the that's really a... We're mostly using Ring of Steel for the debuff, but still nice to have. Warding of rapid like there's some decent non-MI rolls here, but we'll probably, if we have any luck, maybe we'll get runic bracers, or just, which aren't good for attack speed, but they'll at least give us resistances we need for the time being. Drop a portal here. I am going to go and get the next rift gate, and then we can kind of come back. We've done everything. We could get the shrine in that temple, but I don't think I'm going to bother with it. Instead, we'll go back and get the next quest. I think I get a little bit of rep. Yeah, might as well do this. Oh, right. I need to talk to them.
The threat is Korvac's wounds, indeed. Okay, so we get the rift gate, and we'll double back and kill this boss. And there's also a shrine in here.
fool was blind. You must have.
The prepper aid. Come see what's left of my wares. Iron well spent.
Okay, hit level 50 finally. We almost got him before he split. Don't have great damage yet.
Yes. Yes, traveler?
The camp, the primordial
Alright, so now we really just need to speed to Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. Obviously taking the shrines along the way. All right, yeah, I think we'll finish Forgotten Gods before we wrap up. drop a portal back there. We'll get the Rift Gate. There's a shrine in that area, so we're gonna go get that. Alright, we now have scales, so... and 20 devotion points. We need to get 7 purples. Should be pretty straightforward. Chosen Spalders convert away from Pierce, so we can't use them, unfortunately. Because otherwise, that was a pretty nice roll. Impervious to spines. Got a Stonefish Rebuke. If we were playing a Force Wave, would be great. Oh, for the, you're talking about the purple Vile. Let's see.
I do not know.
You stop running away, please. Alright, I don't really want to deal with the volcano. Should just be able to burst them down. Impenetrable of vicious barbs.
And so he was when Dravis confronted me at the temple steps, I saw the madness consuming.
Alright, yeah, let's take a quick look. Yeah, we could do Mantis for 3, and then something else to give us 4 or 5. That's reasonable. So yeah, we'll plan for Mantis. let's kill a bunch of these mobs, and then we can get the shrine. So yeah, we Mantis armor, DA, Alirez, health, Fizzers. Yeah, this is solid.
It is too late.
All right. Want to evade his belly burst, otherwise we're fine.
Disappoint me, Kaiman. After all these centuries, servers dare not even show their faces. How long do they think this raid will last?
We will kill the elite gargoyle mob. I don't think I'm using a gargoyle belt endgame for this build, so we want a balance between Nightblade and Inquisitor skills, so the plus Inquisitor belt is winning. Okay, here's Korvac. Alright, these meteors deployed.
All you see is mine, an extension of my will.
Alright, we'll turn this in. We'll do a quick vendor. Just double check that all of our resists are going to be okay for Elite. And then we'll end it there. So we got through Forgotten Gods today, which isn't bad. And Ashes of Malmoth. We've also kind of finished the very end of base game.
Korvax, his count has been crushed.
Come see what's left of my wares. Put it to good use.
All right, let's get a end of stream Grim Tools. That should be it. And, okay, these are all well over. Yeah, all of these are going to be fine. Maybe the one thing... take a couple of soul shards. And replace the corpse dust. I'm not gonna send you guys another Grim Tools just for that, but to make sure we have decent bit res on Elite, that's probably worth doing. Our amulet situation is not particularly good. We could farm for something better, but let's just play Elite and hope that we get some upgrades. Anyway, calling it here, like I said. We'll find someone to raid. Let's go see who's on. So we'll say hi to Braskin. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll be back on Thursday evening around the same time, starting Elite on this build. And then Saturday morning around 8 o'clock Eastern Time US, we'll be continuing with the lead and maybe moving to Ultimate or doing a bit of a rep grinding for Legion / Mammoth.